Oh, that's her name slipped my mind. She's a lifeguard though. You're not someone I would expect to see out here this early. I haven't been sleeping that well lately, so I thought that I might as well enjoy the sunrise. It's quite nice out here, isn't it? Or this early, isn't it? How's being a lifesaver working out for you? Still pretty boring. There's not many people coming down to the beach yet. No worry, I suppose that during spring break you'll get your not so boring crowded beach. Yep, I'm not looking forward to that at all. But it's still way too early for your shift. Well, let's just say you aren't the only one that enjoys the early sun. It's good to know. It's my favorite part of the day. Don't you want to get some sun on your skin too? Healthy tan would be good for you. I'm not really here for the sunshine. You should. It look good on you. Come on, let's take off that shirt and enjoy the sun rays. Yeah, relax a little. No, that's weird. It's getting into like the weird territory, so let's just say chilly. Yeah, it's a little cold, but I'm sure you can handle it. Just take your shirt off, buddy. Come on, give it a go. The early sun is good for you. If nothing else, do it because I asked you to. Alright, but only because you're being so nice today. Isn't it better? Nah. Come on, you shouldn't waste a chance to show off and rock that dad bod. A girl like the dad bod. There she is, the good old Deb. I was already wondering what happened to her. How dare you? I'm always so nice to everyone. I know a few people that would disagree with that. All a bunch of whiny babies. I'm not so sure about that. Speaking of which, a little bird told me you hadn't been at the gym as often as you should. Like, maybe even not at all? Yeah, you're right. I should probably make a bigger effort to get there more regularly. It'd do you a world of good. I know. Let's go for a quick swim before work. Question mark? It's asking too much, Deb. It's way too cold right now. You gotta do the method. Walk, get some water in your legs. Swim, the water feels warmer though. You gotta do the method. You walk in the water, get some water on your legs, and then you ease up into it. You don't just run in there. Unless you can just do that. Why is he deleting? Typing? Let's get in the water, dude. How's the water? Great. Really? Yeah. Why don't you try it yourself? We'll try it for yourself. God damn it, Deb, that's freezing. What's wrong with you today, Charlie? I'm just trying to cheer you up. I'm just in a bad mood. I'm sorry. But I've enjoyed your company, Deb. I've gotta go now. I still need to shower and get rid of all this sand before work. Okay. See you, Deb. Should give her a chance, at least. Or we're at the university arena. Leah. Okay. I did not remember her name. Already taking notes, huh? Yeah, I like to write everything I can down. I know I forget lots of stuff if I don't. That's so true. In fact, saying "I'll remember this later" might be one of the most common lies we tell ourselves. It's cope. It's cope we overestimate. I learned a long time ago that the best thing is to take as many notes as possible. Honestly. I expect nothing else from a student as good as yourself. Okay, now you're just calling me a bookworm. I didn't mean it like that. I gently meant it as a compliment. You have no idea how much trouble I've gotten into over the years for not writing down stuff properly. I've had to learn it the hard way. Anyway, let's get started with what we came here for. Okay, Michael, what the hell? Why do you look like that? He'll soon be participating in a tennis tournament and we need you to write a good article about it for the university paper. Sure thing. After this training session, he'll be all yours for a quick interview. You're not afraid of interviewing people too, are you? I thought it was just public speaking. I'm definitely nervous doing it, but it's not as bad. I might make a fool of myself a few times during the interview, but I usually get the job done. Guess I'm just quite shy in general. How's it a kinky hint? You really should do something about that. Okay. The other day at Jen's party, you said something about exposure therapy. I looked that up online and it said it's to be very effective kind of therapy, but it also scared me a bit. I like Leah, she's just like me. It's definitely effective. It's probably the best psychological therapy with the best success rate. Yeah, that's why I got a bit interested in it. If you like it, we can try it. It's quite simple, really. It's just a therapy to help people confront and overcome their fears. While our first instinct is to avoid our phobias like the plague, that might not be a good strategy in the long run, and often it just makes things worse. Yeah. Instead, a healthier approach might involve exposure to phobias in a safe and controlled environment. Eventually, the patient starts developing a reduced sensitivity to the phobias. That's the theory, anyway. Yeah, it was the exposure to phobias part that scared me. I feel you. Fair enough. But there are several ways of doing it. Gradual, flooded, coupled with a relaxing atmosphere, or even during an exciting and enjoyable situation. Possibilities are endless. The important part is to find a way to rewire our brains, create a connection between said activity and the irrational fears we feel. Well, it'd be really good if that therapy worked with me. In a couple of weeks, I have to do a major project that'll involve interviewing a few people and then presenting to the whole class. I hate class presentations. I hate it. Hate it. As you can imagine, I'm already dreading the whole thing. Same girl. You can definitely try a few things and see how you react. If you find it effective and want to get serious about it, I can then refer you to a good psychologist, someone specialized in this kind of therapy. But first, let's have a coffee and a chat about our property some other time. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, Charlie. Don't mention it. I'm finding myself in need of some distractions anyway. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy. I'm pretty sure I will have a good time discussing it with you. Great. Was everything okay with you? You already didn't look very well last time when I saw you at Jen's party. Yeah, I'm dealing with some personal stuff, but everything is fine. Thanks for asking, but there's nothing to worry about. Lies. Okay, but you know how this stuff goes. It goes both ways, don't you? If you need anyone to talk to, I'm always here. It doesn't have to only be you helping me. Sure, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get back to Michael for a minute. And his weird stance. Earlier this year, he had a very serious injury that almost terminated his career. That's when he first became a client of our clinic. The whole thing was really tough on him. But he's shown some remarkable mental strength, and with physical rehabilitation work, he managed to pull through. Next week's tournament will be the first after his recovery. Okay, we're home. We're ready for that. Hold on. I'll turn the auto off. I'm gonna go for a drink tonight. P and Louie are going too. It isn't good for me. Let's do another day. No problem. Another day it is. Damn, why we reject that? Yeah, you don't need those fuckers for anything? What the hell? He's going on the tangent in his own mind again. Your so-called friends that actually think you're a loser. They plan dates for you behind your back. You're so much better off without them. No, she hasn't messaged you again after that incident. I doubt she's going to. You're so much better off without them? Oh, shoot. Now we're back. You're so much better off without them. Okay. JK. JK. Fucking hate you. I want to see you ever again. If I were you, I'd just check one more time just in case. She's not gonna message you. Maybe in the last 5 seconds she has changed her mind, messaged you, came crawling back begging for you for forgiveness. Or maybe not. He. Still can't believe you passed the opportunity of hitting that. Okay. That's a bit much. More than a year without... That's something? No wonder even your friends think you're a loser. Lies. Okay. Thinking about what happened is turning you on. Okay, next day at the office. You mind if I lie down like this for a bit? Oh, crazy. Feels kind of funny. I like it. It's not how it's usually done, but that's okay. Why would I mention Woody Allen? I don't want to mention that creep. It's not usually how it's done, but I don't see a particular problem with it. Thanks. It also makes me feel a little more relaxed. It's good. Feeling more stressed than usual? Yeah, a bit. I mean, I felt really happy about Mosquifuric after winning the university tournament. Now that's done. I guess now I just want to start preparing for the next one. Back to reality. And it's coming really fast. Keeping engaged and continuing with competition is a good thing. It lets you get used to competing again. The more tournaments you participate in, the faster you start to get desensitized to the pressure. True. When is the next tournament? Starts in 2 weeks. This is the tournament I was invited to by the National Chess Federation after my win over here. I see. It's actually a very strong field. There will be some grandmasters present there. In theory, I could even get the last norm there to become a GP myself. Well, not GP, GM myself. So what am I doing? Last norm? What's that? Oh, it's a requirement of the process for a chess player to get the grandmaster title. It's kind of a complex. To get a norm, you have to achieve a certain level of performance in the tournament that fits a certain criteria. The tournament has to have at least 3 GMs, players from at least 3 different countries, at least 9 rounds, and a time control of at least 120 minutes, which is considered a classical chess. Okay. And there's a bit more boring technical stuff. It can get quite complicated. The important thing is that you need to earn 3 of these norms, and your FIDE rating has to have above 25,000 at least once, well 2,500. I've gotten 2 norms already from when I was playing before, so you're good. At one point, I even had the required rating and everything was going great. But then I screwed up everything and started getting anxiety attacks, blew up my rating, and stopped playing altogether. Things happen. As you already know, and this tournament fits the criteria to be eligible to give you your last norm. Yeah. That sounds great. So now some opportunity for you to quickly get back to where you were before your anxiety attack started. Yeah, kind of. The thing is, it's actually quite hard to do well enough to hit one of these norms. I feel like when I earned the other 2, I was a much better player than I am now. I'm completely out of practice. Last time I played a tactical match was a long time ago. A blitz match, like in the university tournament last week, is a completely different animal. And I play a lot of blitz chess online, so I was really that out of practice for that time format. The classical chess over the board is a different story. What's a good goal for you then? It's important to set clear goals you can visualize, work towards, and be happy with if you get there. Even if it isn't winning the tournament, but instead it's something much more attainable. Your goals should be achievable and reasonable. I guess a reasonable goal would be to get a result good enough to be awarded the academic fellowship from the Chess Federation. They said they wanted to fund me, but only if I do well. Getting the last norm would be even better though. Sounds like a good place to start. But what does that mean in practical terms? So I already did the math. Basically, there will be 9 rounds in the tournament. A win gives 1 point, a draw is 0.5, and a loss is 0. I need 3 points to please the Chess Federation and 6 points to get my last norm. Okay. Mind you that I'm the lowest rated player of the tournament. Everyone will be expecting to win against me. which can be a good thing because that might play more risky moves to try and force a win, and pushing too hard could very easily backfire in their faces. True. Even to just get 3 points to Chess Federation at once, I need to draw 6 of the 9 games, be less than, and if I manage to win 1 or 2 games. And to get a score of 6 as well. Okay. It won't be easy, that's for sure. Those are actually very good, clear goals. I like it. Yeah, sure. I've been studying all my opponent's games, and I think a score of 3 is doable. If I don't go bananas, that is. I think you're better prepared now to avoid that. I'm seeing a lot of progress. Maybe you're right. What's wrong? Today you're distancing yourself from me quite a bit. You don't usually do that. Jin? I guess I'm just a bit embarrassed about my behavior tonight at the party at Jamie's. I drank a little bit too much and I was quite happy, and I wasn't being very professional around you. You're fine. The first session after that, and I'm feeling a bit awkward, to be honest. Well, if I was to answer this how I would answer it, it's my responsibility to be professional. I'm the one responsible for keeping things professional. You shouldn't have to worry about such things. Especially when it's your celebration party we're talking about. It didn't seem that fun for you. You didn't even look very interested staying there. You came late, then left early. Ooh. Now that I'm sober, it actually makes me cringe a bit about how I acted around you there, or you just wanted to leave. Jen, please, that was a weird day for me, but it had nothing to do with you. I was and still am very happy about your win. I'm also very happy to have been there to celebrate with you. Seriously, you haven't done anything wrong. You were mad or annoyed with me? What? Of course not. Sorry for my behavior. Jen. Nothing to apologize or be sorry about. Really? Yeah, really. Sure, we have more personal relationships than typical psychologist-client, but that can be a good thing if it means you can make progress faster. To be honest, it is uncommon between a high-achieving athlete and their personal psychologist. It's that strong and personal link that usually makes it work so well in these particular cases. I was afraid you were mad or disappointed with me. How's that a hint? Absolutely not the case. Okay. So what can we do about this anxiety related to the next tournament? Right. Well, there are several relaxation techniques that... What's going on? Huh? I mean, Emma's not wrong. Wait. Okay. Actions speak louder than words, and you can't always control how you feel. Your choices will dictate your feelings for the girls in your life. Check the love meter in the profile menu to see who you're really falling for. Okay. So I have the most honorable. I have honorable and sensitive points. A bit more manly, not so cunning. Okay. No. Emma is mad. Let me see. Let me move over. Emma is mad at me and she's not talking to me. We're mad at each other. Jenna's a psychology client and you can't help but get closer to her. Maybe too close. Bree is a friend and you like hanging out with her. Deb is a friend, a personal trainer, and you're friendly with her. Leah's a new acquaintance and you think she's nice. Kim is Pete's girlfriend. You haven't managed to get to know her yet. And Olivia is Jamie's girlfriend. You haven't got to know her yet. I'm not cheating. No crush. No sex. No kinks. No relationship. We'll have to back away from her a bit. Okay. Well, that's yeah. Please come in. Professor Cunningham. Hello, Professor. I was told you wanted to speak with me. Hello there, Charlie. Sorry, I'm finishing up rearranging a few books. Of course, no problem. How are you doing? Are you enjoying your work here? Definitely. Everything is turning out better than I expected, actually. And I can only say things about how everyone's been so kind and helpful to me. It's nice to know. You could come by more often to embrace what you're up to. Whenever I want to learn more about neurofitness, I always have to go to Professor Brooks. I didn't want to bother you more than I already do, Professor. But of course, I'm happy to update you more often. Good. I called you here because we have some things to discuss. Based on what we've seen in the experiment with university athletes, it appears to have been a success. The board is quite happy. It's good. They're also quite impressed with your work with Jen. She's really a lovely, hardworking girl. I'm so happy to see her making some real progress. Yes, me too. She's so talented and I can really see great things in her future. Yes, let's hope so. But let's get back to the main topic. Cool. With things going so well, the University Board and the investors are ready to authorize an expansion of neurofitness. It's great! That's great. The deal is open to any athletes from outside the university who are interested in working with us. Since we currently don't have much excess capacity to service additional clients, if there is too much interest, investors will likely push us to prioritize athletes they think can give us the most exposure. See, I don't like that. In their eyes, the more successful an athlete that works with us, the better the publicity for us. I don't like that too much. Because, like, if you're focusing on the publicity of athletes you deem more successful, the ones that are going to need the most help aren't going to get the proper care and attention. And that's a problem. I actually don't find this approach very ethical. If it's not, I prefer to pick the candidates that most likely need the help, can afford to go to a specialist. So I'm trying to let us have as much control as possible over who we choose to work with, but you know how it is. For the investors, money is everything. But it comes to a point. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go to know how the world works. Know how the world works. I'll keep you updated regarding all of this. Perhaps more importantly, right now we need to talk about expanding our team. Taking on more clients will require a lot more work, and you obviously can't do it all alone. You will be getting a new psychologist, and I was tasked with hiring him or her. Sounds like great news. I'm glad to know you're happy with it. One of my top priorities is that you and this new psychologist have a good working relationship. Because of that, I'll be taking your opinion into the very high consideration when selecting a candidate. Thank you. Thank you, Professor, because I would like to know who's going to be working with me. If you have anyone in mind for the job, an ex-colleague, for example, I'd appreciate it if you could let me know. No one comes to mind right now, but if I think of anyone, I'll contact you. That would be wonderful. Also, since I'm a psychology professor, it's possible that just like you, the person he hires is someone I personally taught and I know I can trust. I know this is a small world and people get very competitive with some of their colleagues. If I end up choosing someone you know, you don't particularly like them, please don't be afraid to tell me. But I won't. A good working environment is so important, and I think it's one of the reasons why this venture is working so well so far. I really don't want to ruin that. At least you're aware. Understood. I promise I'll give you my honest opinion one way or another. Excellent. Thank you, Charlie. I think that's all I needed to ask about, to speak with you about. Okay. Then I'll get going then. Okay. Actually, Charlie, can you wait a moment for please? Wait, what? Is everything alright with you personally? Your mind seems somewhere else. Damn you, she notices? I'm sorry if it looks that way, Professor, but I can assure you that you have my full attention. I was going through some personal problems. They're bugging me a bit. I see. Well, you do know that if you need anything, you can always come to me, yes? Even this just for a quick chat. No, Professor. Thank you. I realize that I may always appear quite busy and that I might not have time for you, but be assured that we can always find some gap in the schedule. It's good to know. Appreciate her effort. You even visit me during my attending student hours. Usually no one comes here anyway. I just end up reading a book most of the time. Hey, that's good time. I'll keep that in mind. What about right now? Do you have anything in mind you need to share with someone? How does one not feel like a hypocrite while doing your job? Excuse me? Like, how can one act as a psychologist with responsibility to try to fix their patient's problems while they are a mess themselves? Do you know what I mean? So it teaches someone else how to clean their home while I had no idea how to clean my own. That's a good analogy. I see. The answer is quite simple. One asks for help and goes to see a psychologist themselves. So what about the psychologist needs a psychologist that is a psychologist? I'm not joking. We all have our own blind spots and can benefit from our psychologists. Going to one won't make anyone a worse professional, but if you could fix yourself, doesn't mean you were admitting to being a biased psychologist. You were just understanding that the human mind is a tricky beast, and sometimes everyone needs help to get it back to good health. Quite frankly, what can make you a worse psychologist is not understanding that. I see what you mean. about something completely different. I know you used to be a psychologist before becoming a professor full-time. Have you ever experienced erotic transfer or counter-transfer? What? That's an interesting question. I mean, these phenomena are as old as psychology itself. Who doesn't know the story of Anna? Oh, and her therapist, Joseph Breuer? No wonder Freud had his weird sexual ideas with a mentor like Breuer. Yes, one can perhaps see a connection between those two observations. But to answer your initial question, well, we all know how common it is for patients to develop feelings for their therapists and vice versa. Some studies say that it can be as common as 90% of the cases. But we all also know how it is the responsibility of the therapist to deal with those feelings and avoid at all costs getting involved with their patients. It's clearly a very bad idea. Carl Jung famously slept with 2 of his patients, and everyone still quotes him as a great psychologist. Nah, Carl Jung was a fool. I can't argue with that. We have laws and regulations governing the profession for a reason, Charlie. If you ask me, even the 2-year period currently required between when therapy sessions end and when a client and a therapist can get romantically or sexually involved is short. It simply shouldn't happen. But what if they really are meant for each other? Whatever that means. The problem with exceptions to the rule is that even if it was true for 0.5% of the cases, everyone thinks they are the exception. And they almost certainly are not. I can see that. In my time when I was fortunate in such a scenario, it helped me to understand just how sad such a thing really is. What do you mean? Don't you think it's sad for one person to fall in love with someone that's being paid to listen to them? It is sad. If a paid therapist is the most important person in someone's life, what does that say about them? They have no real friends? Thank you for the check, Professor. It was useful. Don't mention it. Okay, end of the day at home. Everyone's asking about you. They need to cheer up, and you're such in a bad mood. Don't even like the party. Well, like my party. You don't seem to be doing great. I don't need everyone to be concerned about me and doing my shit behind my back. Thank you very much. For fuck's sake, just leave me be. Psychology right transfer. You don't need to die, Professor. I've seen how you look at me. Huh? Excuse me, and this is so inappropriate. Oh, Jen. No one needs to know. I promise. I won't tell the college board. She will. Do you like it when I raise my skirt like this? Mia. Come on, Professor. I just need it really, really bad. Are you going to be a meanie and not give me what I need? Not even if I undress like this? Won't you like me? I need to sit on your pretty... Okay.
Real student.
About something completely different? I know you used to be a psychologist before becoming a professor full time. Have you Every experience erotic experience. I think I already. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I had to go back and go forward a little bit. I accidentally pressed the key for a second. Okay. Don't feel good, then let go and just let your cue. Okay. Go off. It really does. Good. We never do anything wrong. That's very wrong. Need to fight back. Okay. How did it go? I don't know. Almost good. The interview was done. Now there's only a couple more to go. You don't look particularly happy. I mean, to begin with, I have to do a few interviews for this project, which I really don't like that much. Then I have to prepare a talk and present to the whole class, which I hate. Damn, girl, I'm sorry. I guess I just need to power through it. What about that explosive therapy thing? Can you magically fix me and solve all my problems within a 5-minute prep talk? It'll take more than 5 minutes. Of course. You'll even learn how to sing opera and dance the tango. You instantly go from being afraid of public speaking to the confidence of a successful pop star like Beyonce. Even though she's more than pop. I'm not so sure about all that. Why not? Stop giving talks for SLD Class University. Just aim higher. If you're overcoming your worst nightmare in 5 minutes, you might as well dream bigger. I don't want to be a pop star. Be bigger. What about the biggest reporter this country has ever seen? Speaking of the TV cameras, all flashes on you being watched by millions and millions of people while you present the most important news of the week. Are you trying to make me even more nervous than I already am? Because it's working. Shit, my fault. Not at all. I'm trying to give you a sense of perspective. Doesn't it feel silly to stress about some interviews and the talk and realize it could be so much worse? Yes, it does. But now when I screw it all up, I feel even worse because I know I'm just being silly. Thank you, psychology. Always helping those in need. I'm saying that the fear is silly while being exposed to lighter forms of it teaches the brain that everything is okay. Speaking of which, how was the interview with Michael? It went well. He turned out to be a nice guy. I think he was actually more nervous than me. That's good. See? I don't need to be nervous about such things. Oh, but that doesn't count. It was just a small chat between students in the university. Newspaper. It's completely different. I'm glad you're taking your job with us seriously. That's not what I meant. Of course, the interview was important, but the one I had to do today was with someone who was kind of important. I got nervous and intimidated just by getting near them, and that's somehow I think. Of course, that's harder. That's how we start. Easy tasks like the interview with Michael to teach your brain that there's nothing to worry about conducting interviews. Then we increase the difficulty a little bit. We start to conclude other tasks like giving talk, and soon enough, you'll be more than comfortable at all. It looks like at first it all makes much easier. Of course, if you go immediately to high-profile interviews and super stressful presentations your grade depends on, then it's much harder than to make any progress. I guess that makes sense. You won't really see a difference in 5 minutes, but a few months of this therapy, and I assure you, you'll start seeing some improvements. I'll take your word for it. Great. Should I give you my recommendations for a therapist? I thought I could have sessions with you. Oh. I don't know. I mean, it's not really my area of expertise. Perhaps we can keep using your internship in our clinic to give you some low-stakes practice. Really won't feel very comfortable being your psychologist. No, you should still try. I guess you have a point. No, he doesn't. But I'll give you some good recommendations. Don't worry. It's bullshit. Okay, thank you, Charlie. Besides, I'm too impatient to follow these kinds of therapies. Cope. I start using some more out there methods to speed up things, and then you start questioning my psychology abilities. It'd be a mess. You're saying you could fix me in 5 minutes instead of 5 months? Not really. But then, what do you mean by out there? Now I'm curious. Shouldn't have said that. Do you happen to know what my area of psychology expertise was when I graduated? I think Jen mentioned once that you used to be a psychologist. Exactly. I started doing that work more than a year ago, but I find that I still kind of look at the world through those glasses. And I'm getting a lot lost in this conversation. What does psychology have to do with my problems? You ain't lying. Subconscious kinks, whatnot. Okay. What is Leah's personality like? I don't know. Sorry, I paused by accident. Well, I'd say she is disappointed for being correct in public speaking. Feels intimidated by interviews. For personality, no. So. I don't know. Let's close it. Exhibitionist. Let's see. So she's shy and introverted. Okay. Doesn't point from being crap at public speaking and feels timid interviews and interesting social care to treat her phobias. Okay. Alright. There are some psychological theories that propose our sexual fantasies are intimately related to our anxieties. What? Think, for example, of uniforms. Periodic websites are full of content involving uniforms, doctors and nurses, police and the army, professors, cheerleaders, firemen, pilots, you name it. I'm not sure where this is going. And guess what? All these uniforms are common situations that make us uncomfortable. When we are in the presence of someone more powerful, knowledgeable, intimidating, beautiful, or when we are in stressful situations out of our control. theory goes that people subconsciously develop these fetishes for uniforms to better deal with these situations and process the anxiety. Suddenly, these situations are no longer stress-inducing. Instead, they might become rather fun. Those stern figures aren't there anymore to belittle, intimidate, or ignore, or even tell us what to do. Instead, they are now on our side. They are there to please us, to pay us the right kind of attention. How, the stuff you say about uniforms, how does that relate to me? Uniforms were just an example. It's nothing to do with you. The point is, sexual activities and fantasies can help us deal with anxiety-inducing situations. At least that's what the theory process proposes. This means the sexual fantasies can kind of be used together with exposure therapy. In some forms of exposure therapy, patients are subjected to their phobias in relaxing or fun environments to help them acclimate to their fears. Whoa. Exciting sexual play does exactly that, changing an anxiety-inducing situation to something associated with enjoyment. It does it rather well, actually. Are you saying that sexual fantasies can help me overcome my fear of public speaking? I'm sorry if I seem a bit skeptical, but that sounds ridiculous. Well, I did say that I like therapies that are a bit far-fetched, didn't I? But now that we've started, just hear me out until the end. Sure. It turns out that many strangers who are introverts are shy or feel uncomfortable talking with strangers or hate public speaking. These are all things you don't like. These people have often had fantasies related to exhibitionism or even having sex in public. No? Yeah? For those people, with their fantasy represent them conquering their phobias through a strong and exciting act of defiance. It's their way of taking back control. These fantasies turn the fears of social and public interactions into excitement. Basically, they are fantasizing about being the kind of brave person who doesn't care at all about the fears that torment them. And people that actually act upon those fantasies can dramatically improve their ability to face and overcome their fears. Is there any chance you can also share these exhibitionist fantasies? This is such an intimate question. Yeah, that is a wild question. I couldn't help but notice that you started blushing like crazy when I first mentioned them. Charlie, you're not helping. Don't be embarrassed. It's perfectly normal. We all have sexual fantasies and kinks, but some are actually way weirder than that. That I know for a fact. Maybe I fantasized about that once or twice. But I've never made the connection between those thoughts and my struggles with the public speaking before. Perhaps subconsciously, who the hell knows why we even start fantasizing about anything. Thing is, if you understand where the fantasies come from, you can use them to help you overcome your anxieties. How so? Say it forward. Through exposure therapy, suppose you have to do more of these interviews that you hate. We don't have to suppose anything. I do have to do more interviews this week. I look forward to it. Sure, okay, let's say the simple thing like walking around in a summer dress without... Oh! Okay. So now you go to an interview without panties on, you're nervous and excited, and your heart is racing like hell. Okay, you finish the interview and notice the whole thing, your fears and thoughts are focused on the risk and assignment of not wearing underwear. The interview was somewhat scary or intimidating or even boring. This meant nothing much because all the excitement came from somewhere else. Next time you have to do an interview, you'll remember that there is nothing to fear, both subconsciously and at a non-verbal level. You can even do the same thing during public speaking. Or if that's too much, just recall that you walked around in public street interviewing important people without wearing pants, and that you've survived that. Realize how strong and brave that makes you. The simple public speech is a piece of cake in comparison with what you have done previously. It doesn't make any sense to you. Kind of, weirdly enough, I can see what you mean. Still kind of feeling weird therapy though. Well, sure, you wouldn't get anything like this from a traditional psychologist. Honestly. No, but I don't think I would. I mean, it was just a thought experiment, an idea for you to think about. Are you always like this? This is the kind of thing that Jen has to deal with. She's calling us out? Not really. Her problems cannot be dealt with this way. Also, I have to be very professional in my actual job. I feel that among friends, so I can let my ideas run free. Sure, she gets Mr. Professional. I get Mr. Weird Therapies. Damn. Just paying for the better version. You just get the free sample. Fair enough. You get what you pay for. Anyway, good luck with your remaining interviews, presentations. No matter how you decide to tackle them. Thank you. I'll need it. It's really bothering to see how this affects you. It shouldn't be like this. When you're done, tell me how it went, okay? My fingers crossed for you. Chapter 2, get out of your shell. So we're already at chapter 2. Let's stop. Cause we're already at the hour mark anyway. So we'll go to the main menu. Actually, we'll stop there and then go to the main menu. So that is Nothing Forever. We finally hit chapter 2. So next video will be at chapter 2. So that'll be a good one. So hopefully I see y'all there. This will be just one of the videos. Little games I just, you know, I'm gonna play to completion and at least until I can. And yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed Nothing Forever. And I will catch y'all next time.